to the Becoming You show with me, your host, Leah Rowling. Do you believe you are capable of choosing your future? Sometimes it takes just one person to believe in you, for you to believe in yourself. If you find yourself continuing to say, someday I will take better care of myself, only to continue living the same day over and over and over again, then you, my friend, are in the right place. I am your biggest cheerleader, inspiring you to become you on purpose and with intention. Are you ready to create a life you love? I'm excited to share with you some big ideas that you can use today to inspire, impact, and influence your life and everyone in it. The Becoming You show starts now. Hello, my friends. Happy New Year. It's a brand new year. And as you know, I geek out. I geek out on a brand new Monday. I geek out on a brand new month. So you can about imagine how geeked out I am on this brand new year. This new year where we get to think and discover and redesign and redefine and declutter our life in a way so that we can live into it as fully as we possibly can. I talked in the last episode about really shifting from living a life out of obligation, right? That stuck life where you feel like you're just constantly just meeting the demands and the expectations of every single human being on the planet, or the ordinary life where it's comfortable, but gosh, just know that there's something more. Let this be the year that you decide to follow that nudge, to tap into a community, to tap into a skill, to tap into a competency, to tap into something different for your life so that your life will look and feel different. That is what I want from you. Last episode, I invited you into the Shift membership. I'm going to make another call out on this podcast to think about it. Think about investing in you, investing in your personal and professional development. We get one life, this life. That's it. So this is the invitation that I hope that you will take and be like, you know what? I'm going to make this the best year yet. I am going to make this year the year where I feel alive again, that I feel energetic again. This is the year, friends, that I turn 50. And it will be the most vibrant, the most fulfilling, the most exciting, the most experience-rich year yet for me. Why? Because I've chosen it already. Because I have mapped out my curriculum for my entire year. Have you? If you haven't, join us. I've done all of the heavy lifting for you. I've figured out what we're going to talk about. I've figured out the strategies and the tools to get you there. All you got to do is show up. All you got to do is raise your hand and be like, I'm in. Let's go. And we will do it together. So that's Shift. I want to talk to you today about emotions because I truly believe that for you to live a life that is full of fulfillment and the vibrancy and the energetic zest that you deserve, we've got to unburden ourselves from emotional clutter. And I want to talk specifically about 5 negative emotions that we all face that I refer to as emotional clutter. These are the emotions that can make us feel stuck and skeptical and anxious and worried and overwhelmed. And let's just be honest, a bit rude. It might not sound super inspiring for a new year. I get it. But these emotions can pop up in our life big time. And they can steal our momentum. and they can steal our motivation and they can steal our progress into making this year the best. So we have to know them. We have to understand what they are, what's creating them, and how to shift out of them so that people don't, situations don't, and thoughts don't steal your joy and rob you of the energy that you are so deserving of this year. So let's break them down. The first one, exhaustion. God, I have been talking about this one a lot with my coaching clients. We just wrapped up with all of the holidays, the hustle and the bustle of the wrapping and the shopping and the cleaning and the baking and the cooking and the New Year's planning and the prepping, and we're tired, right? Not just physically, but emotionally drained. It's not just about like managing your emotions with all of the humans that we had to navigate through this past holiday. It's not just about scrolling through your phone and all of the judgments there in social media that we kind of position ourselves and put on ourselves. Mental exhaustion and decision fatigue are real. When you're tired, it's super easy to snap at people or kind of feel off because you haven't taken care of yourself. The secret, you gotta keep an eye on your energy levels. You've gotta eat well. You've gotta exercise. You've gotta stay hydrated. It's not just about looking good, you guys. It's about feeling great. Because when you feel good, you're kinder, you're more generous, you're more thoughtful. You're going to take care of yourself more because you have the energy and the willingness to want to do that. Okay? Frustration. That's the second one. And I'm just going to tease these out quickly and then I'm going to do a deep dive into all of these, okay? Frustration. That feeling like when the littlest things start bugging you, okay? Maybe it's someone tapping their pen too loudly or the kid's not cleaning up their room. It's like a bunch of little paper cuts, right? And often we blow these small annoyances way out of proportion, okay? It's about checking your perspective. Like, are you letting the minor stuff get to you? Remember, friends, the world doesn't revolve around your little aggravations. The world doesn't revolve around the little pet peeves that you have. So I want you to take a step back and ask yourself, are these irritations, are these little frustrations really worth the drama that ensues, right? Discouragement. That's the next one. It's hard when things don't go as planned. Maybe your last year didn't pan out the way that you wanted. It's tough. I get it. But remember, it's not the end of the world. Okay? Being discouraged doesn't mean stopping. It means looking for a new, better way. It's about turning a not so great year into motivation for the next. There's always a better way. With that perspective, you will find it. You will find it. In discouragement, you won't have access to it because your brain will want to shut you down. Okay? Fear. That's a big one, right? We all get scared. Okay? We get scared, fearful of trying new things. We get worried about what other people will think. Okay? But living in fear is no way to be. Sometimes we dress up our fears and call them something else. Maybe we call them worries or anxiety, right? But deep down, it's just fear holding us back. I don't want worry and angst and unease to stop us from making bold moves. I want us instead to live with courage and faith, not letting fear dictate our decisions, not letting fear dictate our choices, not letting fear dictate our lives. And if we struggle with that, can we just be bold enough to do it scared? Can we just do it scared anyway? Can we just embrace it? Just throw fear on our backs like a backpack. Yes. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I'm worried. Yes, I'm anxious. And yes, I'm bold enough, courageous enough to do it anyway. And bitterness. Okay. This one is probably the most sabotaging. It's like carrying around a heavy bag of negative feelings towards others, ourselves, the world, situations, circumstances. But here's the thing that many of us don't remember when we have it and when we feel it. This bitterness, it only hurts you. Don't let it take up space in your mind. You have the power to let go of those hard feelings. Give yourself the gift of emotional freedom this year. Let go of the bad stuff. Let go of the stuff if you haven't already. If you haven't done an embarking exercise for this year, do it today. Do it this weekend. Okay? I want you to embark on a new year that is free from past hurts. I want you to embark on a new year that is free from resentment, free from the bitterness that you're holding over people and circumstances and situations that happened last year. Heck, can you let go of situations and circumstances that happened years ago, decades ago, from like when you were 4? Give yourself that gift this year to do that. I promise you that emotional freedom will allow for 10x level progress in your life. Okay? So let's talk about these. Let's talk about what exhaustion looks like. Well, let's talk about what fatigue looks like. Ever feel like you're just running on empty? Like you're just too tired to deal with anything? That's fatigue. You're not just physically tired. Your brain is exhausted and overwhelmed. Okay? So how do you shift tired, fatigue, exhaustion into empowerment? Rest and recharge. Prioritize sleep. Have a sleep routine. If you don't, can you make this the year that more than anything, more than your diet, what you eat, more than how much you move, more than your exercise, right? Can you make sleep a priority for yourself? Can you create a sleep routine that you can follow? Because what I know about sleep is when you get quality sleep, when you get enough of it, it's way easier to want and be motivated to move your body. Okay? When you move your body, it's way easier. It's way, way easier to choose food choices that align with your health goals. People like to say, you know what, is the body that you want, is it made in the kitchen or is it made in the gym? And I'm going to say neither. I'm going to say it's made in your bed. It's made by you getting good quality sleep and prioritizing it as if that's the only thing that you had to focus on this year. What if that were true? What if you started sleeping better? You started moving your body better. You started eating better. You started doing things that aligned with a rested soul. It's so vital. It's so vital for you because I know when we're tired, or at least when I'm tired, I'm quicker to temper. I'm quicker to snap. I am quicker to be moody and irritated. And I'm quicker to not being able to navigate my mind and my emotions the way that I want. People that know the work that I teach know that I'm a mindset coach. I'm a thought coach. I'm a strategist. But at the end of the day, the number one thing that I work on for my life and for my clients' life is energy management. It's way more important than mind and emotional management. Why? Because you can't manage your mind and you can't manage your emotions if you're exhausted. So we've got to get the sleep thing down. We've got to prioritize it. Okay. Irritation. Okay. What does it look like? It looks like everything and everyone just gets on your nerves, right? We've all been there. Like everything is irritating. Your pet peeves become huge, huge, gross overstatements of things that wouldn't have normally bothered you. Okay. Small things just feel monumental, right? And you're just annoyed all of the time. And the way that I find getting out of this, besides energy management, that's why I said that first, okay? Because I know for me, when I'm exhausted, all of the little things become big things. But I want you to be able to recognize these little irritations. Like I mentioned before, they feel like paper cuts, right? They're just annoying. I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to ask yourself, is this really worth getting this upset over? Can you find some humor or some sort of positive spin on annoying situations? Okay. What I find for me is practicing patience can really help ease that constant irritation. And what else it looks like for me is, Leah, look at you being so irritated over something so small. Isn't that fascinating how, Leah, you let yourself get so annoyed about this or that or this other thing? And then what I ask myself, and this is the kicker, is what's really going on? When I'm feeling irritated, I I ask myself, what do you need? Girl, what's going on with you? It's not that little thing. It's 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 not the tap of the pencil too loud. It's not the kids not taking up their laundry. It's not the messy rooms. It's not that their lockers weren't tidy. There's something else going on. And I need to check in. I need to check in with me to find out what it is that I need. And guess what, you guys? You'll never guess it. Guess what I need? I need rest. 99% of the time, I just need more rest. I just need more me time. I just need more time to meditate, to reflect, to journal. I need more be time for me to just be and not do. Okay? Discouragement. This looks like when things don't go as planned, right? You start to feel like, what's the point? It's like this heavy cloud of like, meh over your head. Like, why bother? What's the point? Like, no one notices anyway. No one recognizes anyway. No one thanks me. No one appreciates me. No one pays any attention to me. Nobody validates me. That's what discouragement kind of looks like. And I feel like a lot of us are discouraged. We're discouraged with other people and how they are not showing up, right? And then guess what that looks like? That quickly turns into us not showing up the way that we want to. Because discouragement has this uncanny way of mirroring the exact thing that we're being discouraged about, right? When other people aren't showing up with and demanding a level of excellence from themselves. Guess what we do? We show up just beneath where we would hold our standard. When other people are, all upset and angry about this, guess what we do? We get all upset and angry that they're all upset and angry. And that feels discouraging. It slows down the progress that we have and that we want for our life. So how to get out of the discouragement? Well, the biggest thing for me is in reframing these setbacks, right? reframing this discouragement, this adversity as an opportunity to learn, right? As an opportunity to use that discouraging situation, that discouraging human as an asset rather than a liability. To ask ourselves some really great questions like, what can I learn from this discouragement? How can I use it to get smarter? How can I use it to get stronger? How can I use it to be a more valuable human to myself? Because here's the thing, friends. The value that you brought into last year is expired. It's over. It's done. It's gone. The only way we become more valuable to ourselves and to the people that we love and that we serve and that we lead is through this discouragement learning feedback loop. We get discouraged. How can I learn? How can I get stronger? How can I use it to become more valuable to myself? Then there'll be something else discouraging or some other adversity. How can I show up? How can I learn more about myself? How can I use it as an opportunity to get stronger, to get smarter, to become more valuable? Discouragement is what is required of us when we're not dismissing it, when we're not discounting it, when we're not trying to buffer it away, and rather we can tap into the gift that it is. I want us all to be more valuable beings for ourselves and to the world. How do we do that? Well, we shift the discouragement into opportunities, right? We use the discouragement to set goals so that we can regain and rebuild our self-regard and our confidence. So can you remember that every successful person, every single one, has faced a tremendous amount of discouragement in their life? I think if you look at probably the most successful person that you would define as successful in your metric of success, they endured a lot. I promise you this is true, and it didn't stop them. I don't want it to stop you either. Okay? Fear. Fear looks like dread about either trying something new or that worry that things will go south because we haven't realized, oh, wait a second, I can manage things when they go south. Oh, wait, I can use it as an opportunity. I can use that discouragement, that disappointment of that thing when it went south, right? And how are we going to use it? We're going to use it as an asset to get smarter, to get stronger, to be more valuable to ourselves. Okay? It's like a barrier, that worry, when we don't know how to solve for it, that's stopping you from taking the required steps forward, that stops you right in your path. And then we feel stuck. So the way we face our fears, friends, is head on. Head on. Not around, but through. So start with a small challenge and gradually build yourself up. I want you to recognize that fear just is often just an emotional response. It's not a reality. I want you to embrace this motto, and I don't know who said it, but they said, let me reread that. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Can you just feel it and do it scared? Remember that backpack? Put it on. Let's do it. Right? I like to wear all of my emotions like a backpack. Right? Tired? Bring it. No one does tired like I do. Okay? Fear? Bring it. Let's go. I can do it scared. I can do it scared. Discouragement? Bring it. Let's go. Let's go. It's there to teach me something. I know it is. How can we just get better at embracing these emotions and learning from them, not allowing them to clutter our spirit and to slow down our progress and to create delays and doubts in our life? That's what they do when we're not onto them. Okay. And the last one, resentment, bitterness. Friends, it looks like grudges. It looks like us feeling like that we were wronged by others, disrespected by others, ignored by others. It looks like us feeling like we weren't invited by others. It's carrying a bag of rocks that weighs you down. This is one that I do not want you to carry. This is one that if you have it right now, I want you to take that backpack off and I want you to dump it out. Dump it out. No words required, right? You don't need to say anything, right? If if you want to, great. If there's an apology that you need to give it. If there's forgiveness that needs extended, give it. Give it freely. Why? Because you're the benefactor of it. People will be like, well, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve my forgiveness. They don't deserve my apology. Okay, maybe not. You do. Do it. Let that stuff go. Let go of those past hurts. Practice forgiveness for your peace of mind, right? I want you to understand that holding on to this resentment doesn't harm or hurt anyone but you. You deserve the freedom from it, like I mentioned earlier. You do. Make this year be the year, okay? Two things, friends. You prioritize your sleep. You prioritize your sleep so that you can handle and manage and carry the other emotions that will inevitably be in your path to greatness. Those things, you can't outrun them, friends. The fear, discouragement, no. If you're living the life as big as I want you to live it, they will be in your path. Promise you. They're in the optimal life path, right? You might not find them in the ordinary path. If you aren't discouraged daily, if you aren't a little scared daily, you're not living big enough, friends. You're living that ordinary life or the obliged life. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and catch the episode right before this. I unpack it for you. I want you embracing this life. Most of us have not RSVP'd to the invitation to our life. It's sitting on our desk. It's on a magnet, on our refrigerator. It's inviting you to show up for your life, to live it all out. If you want to live it all out, you're going to have to embrace some discouragement. You're going to have to embrace some disappointment. You're going to have to embrace some scared and some fear. You're probably going to have to embrace a little fatigue too. But if you prioritize your sleep, you won't have to do that as much. But what we're not embracing this year, what we're not, is resentment and bitterness. You're letting that go. You're letting it go because it drags you down. I have not been able to find any way to embrace these resentment and bitterness for good. I haven't. So let it go. Let it go. Forgive who you need to forgive. Apologize to who you need to apologize for. And a lot of times, friends, as I've mentioned before on the podcast that I gave with around forgiveness, the person that we most likely have to forgive is ourselves for the perception of what we believe to be true about other humans. Can you forgive yourself for that? And can you let go of the things that you believe that you were wronged for? Okay. Each of these emotions can be embraced and consciously chosen to navigate towards a better, more vibrant, more courageous life, more empowered life. It's truly all about taking these small steps to change your both your reactions and your mindsets. So there you have it. These emotions, you have the power to embrace them, to learn from them, to become a more capable and confident person in navigating of them. And if you need help and support and want to show up to your life in a way that's bigger than you've ever showed up, join us in Shift. Join us in Shift and explore and expand your life in a way that I promise you will be transformative. So until next time, my beautiful friends, we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. You have been listening to the Becoming You show with me, your host, Leah Rolling, where I share big ideas to inspire, impact, and influence your life. Tune in every Friday at 11 Central on transformationtalkradio.com for your morning cup of coffee, the hug you never want to end, and that inspirational message that you felt was written just for you. Each show is inspiring you to become you with purpose and intention. For more information or to connect with me, visit www.leahrolling.com.